To be honest, I've never even heard of NF Audio until they emailed me to check out their stuff. I replied yes, forgot about it, and days later a package arrived with a bunch of stuff, including this kazoo. So yeah, I'm gonna give you a no cap, no BS review on these 3 NF Audio IEMs that start from affordable to yo, this better be good. NF Audio is based in Shenzhen, like almost every other Chifi brand. Now that I think about it, I vaguely remember Clinical covering something from them years ago. I'ma rate these in aesthetics and build quality, fit and comfort, and finally sound to see if they're worth picking up. If you're interested to see the full unboxing, we'll be uploading that separately. Today we'll be checking out the RA05, RG15X Assassin's Creed Mirage, and the highest end NE4 Evolution. We're gonna start with the RA05, priced at $39. The packaging is pretty nice, but I don't know how trustworthy the information is because it says here 3.5mm, but we get a USB-C connector. So, yeah. It looks kinda cute with them pink transparent polycarbonate earpieces. The twisted cable is aight. Would have liked it better if it was white like the PVC pouch that was included. The cable comes with inline mic and controls, but it's non-detachable, so you're stuck with their DSP chip. It's not bad, but definitely not the best considering now we have so many cheaper and better built options like the Moondrop True 2 or Source Note 02. The earpieces are super light and tiny and should fit in even the tightest of lobangs. It comes with 4 different ear tips. I use the medium and find it quite comfy with a decent seal. The RA05 comes with 6mm high magnetic micro dynamic drivers that are competent enough. You get a pretty mid-forward sound signature that could be a little bright for some people. Mid frequencies are detailed and airy, lacks a little warmth in male vocals for my taste, but otherwise pretty nice. Bass is a little bit more laid back but tight with a good amount of sub-bass. And the treble is well extended and crisp. Also, the soundstage is decently wide with okay stereo imaging. Overall, technicalities are average for the price. Value for money wise, I give the RA05 a 7 out of 10, and overall it gets a 7 out of 10 as well, which is above average but not good yet. Next, we have the RG15X Assassin's Creed Mirage that is priced at no US dollars, but 539 Chinese yuan or about 300 plus ringgit. For this one, the packaging just hits the spot, especially with the Assassin's Creed emblem on the earpiece holder. Man, I gotta say I'm digging them shiny gold earpieces. It's that luxe looking 18 karat gold and not that Chinese uncle 24 karat gold. The cable is similar to the last one, but this time removable, and it's a little bit shinier and feels a tiny bit more substantial. But hey, look at that fancy gold USB-C connector. Okay, I'm Chinese and a gamer, so you know I'ma like this, even though I wish that they also gave us a 3.5mm option. Compared to the last one, the RG15 is quite a bit weightier despite the small size. Again, it comes with 4 different ear tips. Fits me okay, again with them medium ear tips with a good seal, but a little less comfy. For the RG15, they're using double capacity dynamic drivers that are different from the RA05, and these are actually quite good. So these have a V-shaped sound signature that is tuned for gaming. The mids are recessed but quite warm. Bass extends low and is thumpy enough to make explosions immersive, but I do find the mid bass to be a little bit boomy or bloaty for my taste. Treble is fairly detailed and airy but not super in your face so that they don't tire your ears out after hours of playing PUBG. This tuning coupled with a soundstage that is wider than I expected, as well as a stereo imaging that is pretty good, help you hear and locate footsteps and gunshots clearly, increasing your situational awareness, especially in competitive shooters. If you love V-shape, then you're probably game for these as well. Value for money, the RG15 gets a #cheap buy 8 out of 10 for game hoarders that want to add this to their collection, and the overall score for the RG15X Assassin's Creed Mirage will be 8 out of 10. Finally, we get the super bangsawan NE4 Evolution that is priced at 749 US dollars or 3,000 rupiah. For the price, the packaging is okay, but what's interesting is that they included 3 interchangeable tuning faceplates that come in different colors so they don't get mixed up. We even get a 4th that is packaged separately, a carrying case, and a tiny screwdriver for changing the faceplates with extra screws. The metal earpieces feel pretty premium and solid, a little bit atas with that name stamped on. It also comes with a twisted cable that, although is thicker than the other two, could have been a little bit more substantial for the price. I didn't want to remark about the QTC 2-pin connector on the RG15, but honestly, with something like this that is pricier, a universal 2-pin connector would have been preferred so that you can upgrade the cable if you wanted to. But I do appreciate that they've included this nifty little adapter. Overall, no complaints here. Now, these earpieces are pretty chunky and weighty, so they may be a little intimidating for people with smaller ears. Now, they do include two different types of silicone ear tips. The balanced ones are thicker and have a better seal, while the atmosphere ones are softer and more comfortable, which is the one that I prefer. I found the NE4 generally pretty comfortable for my ears, even though the nozzle is on the shorter side and sits quite shallow. Now, when talking about sound with these, I'm gonna be a little bit nitpickier and harsher, as well as elaborate more because of the price point, so bear with me. Unlike the other two, the NE4 comes with 4 balanced armature drivers that sound high quality with a nice timbre. None of that cheap plastic sounding BA stuff, BS. As mentioned, we do get a different interchangeable faceplates that all sound a little bit different. I'm going to start with the reference ones first because I guess that's what they intended it to sound like. These sound the most balanced in terms of tuning. Mids sound quite neutral, maybe a little restrained, but otherwise smooth and enjoyable. Bass, which is generally the weakest point of balanced armature drivers, has good body here, even though it's lacking a little bit in terms of impact and depth. The treble has a nice sparkle and quite a bit of detail, but in my opinion, it could be the weakest part of all in terms of tonality with the NE4. There's this dip in the 3 to 5 kHz range that makes things sound a little weirdly smooth, like someone turned on the de-esser and forgot to turn it off. The same can be said for that 15 to 20 kHz range that makes things usually sound a bit more transparent or airy. That decision in terms of treble tuning makes the soundstage sound a little narrower and intimate. I mean, the NE4 is not going to win awards in technicalities over the competition, but it's still very competent in terms of detail retrieval and stereo imaging at this price point. In my opinion, the reference faceplate is for purists. The other faceplates do change the sound, some more than others. Pop is the most obviously different. We get a V-shaped sound with a lot more bass, a tiny bit more treble, and a touch of extra warmth in the mids. Some might call this more fun, but I just found it a little bit mid-bass bloaty. Transparent has the least amount of bass, neutral sounding mids with an accentuated treble region, which sort of opens up the soundstage to a point which I would consider it wide. Last but not least, we have Explore, which is very similar sounding to Transparent with a little bit more bass. I think this is the most suitable for watching videos and gaming, since the bass region in Pop could be a little bit too boomy for you, and that little bit of boost in treble over reference adds a little bit more excitement in the top range. For me, it's a toss-up between reference for more bass or Explorer for a wider soundstage. In terms of value for money, I give the NE4 a 7 out of 10 because you know what? Most people would actually rather the faceplates be an optional buy so that they can keep the cost of the IEMs lower a little bit. These would have been a lot more appealing in the $500 to $650 price range. Don't you guys agree? Overall, I give the NE4 a hashtag not so cheap buy, 7.5 out of 10 for people who like to tinker with stuff and then not clumsy enough to lose the screws when they are changing faceplates. In the ocean of so many other Chifi brands out there, NF Audio is not the most competitive when it comes to price or value for money. They simply don't have any one feature that really stands out in terms of either build quality, tonality, or technicalities. They're pretty good. They're just not today good. Maybe. The one redeeming thing that is quite interesting, like I said, is the interchangeable faceplates with the NE4. But that also makes the IEMs cost quite a bit more than it should probably have. I do think that they are quite cool because the faceplates change the sound enough for you to consider swapping them out and choose one that you like the most. But changing them out require a tool that is so tiny with screws that could just go missing is, just a hassle. I've actually lost about 2 of those screws while testing this out. So yeah, just make it magnetic and have I don't know, you'll figure it out lah. But if they improved and developed this further, it could be NF Audio's calling card, them interchangeable faceplates. Also, what's up with that outdated jarring era website that takes forever to load? You didn't compress your photos, is it? Huh? There's nothing worse than giving your potential customers a website that they have to click and then wait like 10-15 seconds just to get the images to load. By that time, their impulse to buy already gone. Anyways, that's everything I have to say about NF Audio and these 3 products that they sent over and this kazoo. If you thought this video was helpful, don't forget to like and share. If you want to see more content like this, feel free to subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit that notification bell. Also, feel free to leave a comment if you have any questions about these products, and follow us on TikTok, Facebook and Instagram to see more shenanigans from the Mob House crew. Again, my name is Bangsawan Shane, and I will see you. Does that sound like in the next one?